And while voting has concluded in South Korea's parliamentary elections in a major blow to President Yoon Suk Yeol, South Korea's liberal opposition bloc is expected to strengthen its majority in the country's 300-member parliament. Nearly all votes have been counted, and over 29 million people, or 67% of the eligible voters, cast their ballot. And according to reports, the Democratic Party and its smaller ally are on track to win a landslide victory in the elections. The opposition are said to win just under 200 of the 300 seats in the National Assembly.
총선 결과는 민주당의 승리가 아니라
The election victory is not just the Democratic Party's victory, but also South Korean people's victory. We will serve South Korean people's precious will, which was carried within their votes. We will stabilize the public livelihood and try our best to help overcome national crisis.
민생의 고통을 덜고.
On the other hand, the ruling People Power's party is projected to win just over 100 seats. This means Yoon would avoid a supermajority of a two-thirds opposition control that could break presidential vetoes and pass constitutional amendments.
The president said he humbly accepts what people have said through the election, and he vowed to reform state affairs and do his best to stabilize the people's livelihoods.
South Korea's Prime Minister Han Duck-soo and others have offered to resign in the face of a crushing defeat in parliamentary elections. The party's interim leader, while accepting the will of the people, announced his resignation.
On behalf of our party, which has failed to be chosen, I apologize to South Korean people. The party accepts the South Korean people's will, and I myself will deeply reflect on myself. Therefore, I take full responsibility for the election results. Therefore, I take full responsibility for the election results and resign from the emergency committee chairman position.
The bitterly fought race is seen by some analysts as a referendum on President Yoon Suk Yeol, who has 3 years left in office. The parliamentary election comes at a time when Yoon's popularity has suffered amid the ongoing doctor strike, rising food prices and allegations of corruption. And earlier today, we spoke to our VOA correspondent Bill Gallo, who sent us this report on what are the main issues affecting polls this time.
Politics here are complicated in that it always focuses on very hyper-local issues. You mentioned the doctor's strike, which has played a role. It's gone on for many weeks, and people are very tired of it. So that could have contributed. Of course, there are long-term issues that are not only Yoon's problem, but this is sort of an incumbent effect, right? I mean, high food prices, high housing prices, whoever's in office is going to experience the brunt of that. And in fact, the previous president actually did receive some presidential losses as a result, some election losses as a result of those factors. However, you know, a lot of this is just partisanship in South Korea. Many people here just sort of settle into, I'm conservative, I'm liberal, and therefore I will vote for this side or the other. There was a lot of fierce fighting and personal insults in this election. Yoon himself was embroiled in many sort of, I would say, like low-level corruption and political scandals, and perhaps you could call them gaffes. He never really was able to recover from that, it seems, and now he'll spend the rest of his 3 years, perhaps something like a lame duck president.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.